In this video, we'll look at how to draw a function from information given. We're given a whole bunch of information. I'll read it out to you. First of all, we got a local max at f negative 6 equals 7. That means the local max is at negative 6 comma 7. There's also another local max at 6 comma 3, or when x equals 6, y equals 3. There's a local min at x equals 3, and it doesn't specify the y value, so we can pick whatever we want. And then f at x is greater than or equal to 0 for x is less than or equal to negative 3, and from 4 is less than or x is less than or equal to 8 only. So in other words, you're above or touching the x-axis before negative 3 and between 4 and 8. Finally, the domain and range. The domain is x has to be able to be anything. X is any real number, or x is an element of R. And the range is y is an element of R such that y is greater than or equal to negative 5. In other words, y has to be able to be anything as long as it stays greater than or equal to negative 5. Okay, let's get our ruler. For these kind of questions, I'm a big fan of graphing accurately, but for these kind of questions it's going to be more of a sketch. Still, when you sketch, make sure to draw an x and y axis, make sure to put arrows, and make sure to label them x and y. Okay, I also highly recommend using a pencil. I'm going to do it as I go, but I might make a mistake. And it's not really a mistake, I have to piece together this information and make sure it all works. The first thing is a local max at negative 6. So put like negative 6 over here. And I'll draw a little upside down U showing at this point here I have to peek out. Here's my x equals negative 6. And at that point y should be 7. So I got to peek out there. And so this shows the reader, okay, I'm going to have negative 6 be the spot where you have a local max, and that max is a height of 7. I need another one at x equals positive 6, so maybe about here. And this time at a height of about 3, so maybe I'll just label that here. I need to have another local max, so it's going to max out. Does that look good? I don't love how it is. I want it to be I don't have to be perfect, but I want it to be as exact as I can. I want to max out right at that x of 6, y of 3. That's better. Okay. Now, stay above the x-axis, but only when x is less than negative 3. So, at negative 3 here, it's got to dip down. I'm going to draw it dipping down in there. And then don't come back up until you're between 4 and 8. So I'm going to label here at 6, so maybe 4 is like here, and 8's like here. So I'm guessing this piece is going to go like this. I'm guessing because I don't really know. And there's more than one answer. There's a whole bunch, an infinite amount of answers. I just got to make sure I'm positive only between 4 and 8. And when x is less than negative 3. Okay, so after negative 3 I got to come back up positive. But I got a local max out here. And then I got to make sure I don't put just a down arrow, because then it would dip down below this x-axis at some point. So I'm going to show the reader this is going to go off to the side perfectly horizontal. And now I've got this situation. Hopefully that's going to be right. I'm going to have to check it all again at the end. Let me just check this now. When x is less than negative 3, you're above the x-axis. Yep. And between 4 and 8, you're above the x-axis. Sounds good. Okay, next criteria. X has to be an element of R. So I've got to extend this. It's got to come down. Doesn't say, oh, I forgot this local min at x equals 3. I better do that. Local min at x equals 3. So here, this is x equals 4. So at 3, it has to have its minimum. So I'm going to come down, 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 down. But at 3, that's got to be my low point. And then I'm going to race back up to hit this 4. I got a nice local minimum at 3. Yeah, I like it. So x an element of R now? Not quite. It's everything. It's going left forever to negative infinity, but I haven't fixed the right side to negative infinity. So I gotta add on my right side to put an arrow here. And let's see how we're doing. I'm going to check everything again. This is how I check when I mark this kind of question. Is f at negative 6, 7? Yep. Put a little check here. Is f at 6, 3? Yep. Is there a local min at x equals 3? Yep. Is f at x greater than 0 only before -3 and between 4 and 8? Yep. Is x an element of R? Yep, but I didn't do this range. I have to make sure y is an element of R. Doesn't look like it is because I can't get above here. So I need to modify this arrow to go up forever. Now I can be any y. This y is going up forever, y is going down forever. Except problem, y has to be only greater than or equal to -5. So let's say this is -5 here. Right now I'm showing I'm going clear past it. No good. I gotta show that I can't go below -5. So first, I'm gonna zip this y. I got two choices. I could level this out right along -5 and done. I'm gonna zip it back up though, just cause, no reason. And instead, I'm gonna have my local min here go all the way down to -5. I said be sure to use pencil. Again, could have leveled this out at -5, but I know I've got this local min. I can choose whatever I want for it. So I'm going to make the local min be right here at -5. That's this local min at 3 is -5. And I'm going to come back up through here and just erase this other part. Make sure to rewrite it though if you erase it. There we go. Let's check them off again. Do I have a -6, 7 local max? Yep. And a 6, 3 local max? Yep. Do I have a local min at 3? You betcha. Is the function above the x-axis only for x's less than -3? Yeah, it stays above. And only, not this arrow. Only for between 4 and 8? Yeah, that's no good. I can't have this arrow go all the way back up. That was a bad choice. That's why I check and check again until I'm sure I fit all the criteria. So I'm going to take this arrow and just level it out, make it perfectly horizontal. Or I can make it asymptotic to the x-axis, so it's approaching but never touching. But horizontal works too. So now I've got this, I like it. Is x still an element of R? Yep. And is it y can be anything? Yeah, this is going up forever. But y is such that it has to be greater than or equal to this -5. And I've got it. I did all 5. I drew a function from the information given.